Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Welcome back to Slurpathon. We've got Spin Rhythm up on here on this screen with some amazing peoples. We got Angry Scootsman. It is Scootsman, not it's Angry Scootsman, not Happy Scootsman. And we also have Nugs on the couch for Spin Rhythm. And we also have a donation in that just came in that is from Directional Pad, and it's $40 towards the Sequence Storm difficult chart showcase. So that puts us at $60 out of 100 to get that difficult chart showcase going. So $40 more, and then we're good, and we get to see all the difficulties. And again, all of our donations go towards Children's Miracle Network. So donate. We are charities. We love charity monies, and
Yeah,
we love our speedrunners.
do it for the
I'll hand
kids.
it off to you.
Hello, everybody. Angry Scootsman here. Scoots Bagoots, I also go by. You've heard my voice throughout the marathon, and now you finally get to see my hands. With me is my commentator, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Nugs, Mr. Bumbleclot in chat. If you've seen me before, I've ran Arrow here, and I've also commentated for Scoots before as well, so super ready for some jams, super ready for some vibes and a good time.
And I heard that we already met the incentive for the extreme difficulty showcase, so very happy to show that off. But let's get started, because this is also kind of a speed run.
Go
This
ahead,
is
go ahead.
this is also the only song I'll be showing that's been shown by me in a marathon previously. So yeah, let's get started. You may notice some things are different.
Celeste fans in the crowd.
You may notice some things are different very shortly here. We now have Twisty Track.
That's right, oh my gosh. I'll take over so you can play here for a bit, Scoots.
Thank you.
Explain some spin rhythm things. Spin rhythm is, by most metrics, a 2-button rhythm game in terms of a mouse click and a keyboard button for the beats. But by a lot of other regards can be much more because, as you can see, Scoots is moving all over the place. There's actually directional notes. So let's get into some of the things that you're seeing on the screen. Obviously, we have the 2 colors of notes. So what you're going to want to do with those is match the wheel itself to whatever note is coming down. If it's these wider notes, click for those. That's an actual click. And for just the smaller ones, that's just positional. You just need a position in the right place to catch them. Now, I'm saying mouse and keyboard, right? As you might have noticed, Scoots is on neither of those things. My man over here is on turntable, which Spin Rhythm has a vast array of controls that you can use for it. Anything from mouse and keyboard to control to turntable. I think people have gotten driving wheels to work on it to some extent. You can use like a stylus and touchpad. It's wild. But Scoots over here, big fan of the turntable, as he says himself. One of the most immersive ways to play. Loves just jamming out with it, and I can absolutely see why. So for Scoots' playstyle, he's going to be tapping on his right hand, I believe, for the actual notes, for the red and
Yep.
blue notes here. And then his left hand will be the wide lines across. Those are your beat notes, or your wide notes. And then
Oh, don't really
otherwise,
drop
he's
there.
going to be moving that right hand left and right with the wheel itself. And then you also get these arrow directional notes as they were. And so for those, you spin the wheel or move the mouse if you're playing mouse in those directions, and you can just let it fly. It'll snap to the next note setup. These scratch zones where it's back and forth, you just go crazy going back and forth. Those are probably some of the most fun, just like immersive notes to play.
Oh yeah, best part on
Especially-
turntable for sure.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna say. Especially for turntable and especially charted, well, it just feels perfect.
All right, first song out of the way. We are shooting for FCs. If there's no FC, A plus. Oh no, that's not a great start. It looks like I'm hitting really early. I might be just used to the very fast stuff. Anyway, so that's going to cost me $1. I have my own donation incentive. where we're shooting for FCs. If I get an FC, I don't have to donate for that song. And then if I don't get one, then it's going to be by the actual letter grade I get. Nugs can explain that a little bit more in a bit. This is a new song that was just added to the game. Super cool song, super cool setting.
And another thing new in this that they've had was the shark background. Absolutely, that's something new that they've been adding recently. It's a lot of new backgrounds, a lot of new just 3D assets, and for custom charts, as you'll see us get into in a few moments here. Custom charts give full access to using any of these background combinations, colors, what have you, to the creators. When it's great that they allow you to use the access of tools that they, use themselves. Exactly. So we're going for performance incentives here. Scoots is shooting for FCs. Any FCs will not cost him any money. A's, as per the last song, are going to be a $1 drop. A B score will be a $5. Is that B or below? Oh wait, till my man can get a bit to answer, but
yeah. B's are gonna
below is $5.
Are gonna cost $5. Yeah, I don't think we'll see a below because that's pretty much failure point. But yeah, if I manage to get that, then yeah.
And then we got PBs. If he gets any grade, but also a PB, that'll be a $10 drop. And then any failed song will be $50. Hopefully, like we were saying, not going to get anything below a B. So that will
I think I double
potentially not come into play, but we do have the extreme difficulty charts already met. So that's very hype. And regardless, it's always for the kids. So
yeah, every miss you see will be so I can donate more. That's the way we're going here.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Does that mean that Nugs will be attempting to make you donate more?
I will be matching his donations as well.
Oh!
So.
Yes, that's usually how we roll. Which, thanks again. God, this song is so cool.
On your hands.
Beautiful. I'm so glad you finally got to see them.
Excuse me, I'm just vibing out to the song. I'm not familiar with the base game chart.
Yeah, it's very new. I definitely need to adjust my calibration. Oh god, this is I've not expected that. Apparently with the full streaming setup and everything, yeah, we are hitting real early. So just 1 second. Let's go ahead and calibrate. Should be right into that.
Calibration, super, just across the board.
Is it? I'm trying to remember if it's later. Oh god, I'm gonna probably screw everything up. Here we go.
I realized I should probably stop
No, I
talking
did it the wrong
for
way.
that specific moment while you calibrate.
Hold on, let me drop it down to 70. Sorry about that, folks. I was not expecting that to happen. Oh god. Alright, back to normal. Sorry about that. Truly professionals here. On to Prison Bucket. I owe another $1, so we're up to $2.
Correct. But you did get to show off the extent of the calibration options. We always love to see visual and audio calibration, just being able to set up to whatever kind of setup you have and be able to play, not being able to be restricted by anything. Unfortunately, more uncommon than one might hope. But on top of that, as I was saying, multiple control schemes. We also have a bunch of accessibility options in general. We have the twisty track, but if that's specifically something that someone can't handle as far as motion sickness or what have you, there's always these settings to turn these things off. There's colorblind modes, all kinds of things just to make visual clarity helpful. They really want to make the player experience first and foremost.
Also, very diverse soundtrack. Really, really cool stuff in here. I don't know what happened there. I may have to kill the Discord stream just to keep things running smoothly. That may be the source of my issues here.
If you like that.
Yeah, so the timing windows are incredibly tight on this game. Every time you see that little rainbow perfect, that's within 16 milliseconds of basically dead on. It's very, very tight. I think a regular perfect is within 32 milliseconds. So PFCs are incredibly tough to get in this game. But actual playability, it's way easier than it used to be. While it's harder to get a really, really good score, it is so much easier to just play this game than it used to be. Which we'd love to see.
And those tight timing windows just lend to what they've been trying to fix for a while was just a lot of tied high scores, and now you really get the high performances being able to show themselves as high performances because you get these crazy tight timing windows. But then, as Scoop was saying, the actual playability, you can still, as a casual player just wanting to play through the songs, very much so do that without having to worry about going PFC crazy.
Alright, I'm guessing that's probably another A. Yeah, alright, cool. So we're at $3. Not the best for the showcase, but better for the charity.
You did say that it was a difficulty showcase. You didn't say if it was
so
or just a difficulty in general.
These are only in like the 20s for difficulty, and because you have all pitched for the extreme difficulty showcase, I will be showing off a 70. The other thing I forgot to mention, I don't know if Nugs did, if I fail a song for any reason, that is an automatic $50 donation from me.
Correct.
So, yeah, let's hope we don't fail, but if we do, it's for the kids.
No, what a tragedy.
No, what a
Donations for the
tragedy. More money
kids.
for the charity we're
What a
supporting.
shame.
How dare you?
Oh god, this song is such a cat jam.
See those cat jams in chat. Star, please.
I might just actually just download all the songs that I could find for this and just listen to it.
Just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who donated before Scoots came on here in the downtime. Donated towards the Spin Rhythm set. And that's also just donated towards the marathon and the charity in general. Huge shout outs to you. You're making it happen.
Double beat, not good. Double beating is basically whenever you hit that beat bar when there isn't anything on the screen, it is extremely punitive. It is basically the worst thing you can do. You can still, like, you automatically drop FC and you automatically drop down a combo. Yeah, the combo multiplayer drops. A miss is less punitive. And there's a pretty good reason for that. But it always hurts. So I'm going to stop talking so I can focus.
Specifically answer your question, Aki. I know there was a playlist on Spotify for a while. I don't know if it's still updated as they've kept the track list updated through the various updates. Still an early access game. but they keep adding to it all the time, so it makes sense. But point is, I don't know if that playlist is updated, but I would
I'll take
absolutely
any
assume there
playlist.
is. Yeah, I would assume there is some repository for these songs. You can absolutely look up just on, I imagine on the Steam page, what songs there are. Look them up by that. A little bit more exhausting, but
Still more goods than I was hoping for, but we are looking a little bit more on time. Good, good, good.
jam.
Oh, God, I love that tune. Yeah, so there's now 52 songs in the game. There were 40-something the last time I showed this off, and yeah, they've added quite a few more. We're still early, wow.
There was like maybe 20 some when I started playing.
Oh, dubstep time. A little bit of Temanite, favorite artist of the developers. There's a lot of Temanite songs in here, so if you're a Temanite fan, this is definitely the game for you. This is my favorite background too. I love this song so much.
Also, as Scoots mentioned, though, even just the base game, such a wide variety of songs that you're absolutely bound to find something that you like. And if you don't, hey, there is literally thousands of customs.
Jump scare! Also worth mentioning, this track speed that I'm using is nowhere near the normal. I think it's actually like twice what the normal track speed is. There's not much higher you can go in the game. Which does make reading base game charts extremely difficult, especially with the twisty track. Which, not something you'd expect commonly. Did I lose everybody? Or I'm just making sure I haven't lost audio because I'm not hearing anything.
Jamming, so
Okay,
sorry.
very cool. No,
I'm sorry,
that's
I'm
perfectly
just
fine.
jamming out here.
Definitely allowed.
I mean, if you want me to distract you so that you can donate more money, I'm more than happy to.
Oh, please do.
How long have you been playing Spin Rhythm?
I've been playing pretty much this game only for like 2 years, although I've started to see other rhythm games recently. Been playing a bit of DJ Max, a lot of fun. But yeah, 2 years. Basically, shortly after the game released for early access. It still is not a released game. Hopefully very soon. They're pretty much ready for release. The actual game format is something they're happy with. We got the FC. We finally saved the dollar, but we also got the PB, which means I owe $10.
Not saving anything today, sir.
Curses. Okay, good. So the toning it up definitely worked. We're back in shape. All right, so we are at what, like $13 now? Lucky number. All right.
Actually, on the nose, yeah.
Onto No Limits. This is a cool song. One of my favorite customs originally was a Modus song, so it's really cool to see some Modus in base game.
And people can do custom charts and whatnot too on this.
Yes, the editor is built into the game itself. So you don't have to download anything else, you just pick a song. And actually, they have a competition to rechart base game songs to be used in the game in a future update. Oh, I forgot to move the That was bad. Yeah, so if you find that you are enjoying making charts for the game, they actually have a competition to rechart all of the songs in the game, and whoever wins each song gets their version of it featured in the game in a future update. Really, really cool. They've already done, what, like 20-something of them?
Oh man, I couldn't even begin to count. I constantly see the folks in the Discord talking about entering, which, speaking of, there's a huge community for the customs, huge community for the game in general. Everybody happy to help. Improve your charts, test your charts, play your charts. You know, we just love seeing new songs come in, new people come in.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing some of the really tricky charting now.
And do you need the super cool looking controller that you're
Absolutely
flying
not. No. This is a actual DJ deck. This is real hardware. This is not a controller for the game. But the game was designed to be used this way. You can play it on. Nugs was mentioning earlier. You can play this on Xbox controller. You can play this on mouse and keyboard. There's actually 2 different mouse and keyboard styles to play the game. Tablet. And yeah, even a steering wheel. I've seen that. That was one of the wildest videos.
Absolutely bonkers.
There is a planned Switch release, so yeah, they're planning to have motion controls.
Right, yeah, that's right. There's also the separate keyboard setup that you might be mentioning is click-to-move style versus freewheel, and click-to-move attempts to emulate how a turntable
Feels
to function.
Yeah.
Feels, exactly. So obviously every time Scoots needs to actually move the wheel, he has to put his hand back down on the wheel. And of course for the blue and red notes as well, that's a tap on that same wheel. So in essence, he is clicking every time he needs to move.
Right, and the major difference, yeah, is the fact that in order to actually do a tap, I have to remove my hand from it momentarily.
Right. After
Which
movement.
means that you can't move the wheel while you're not actually clicking. So that's the idea behind click to move.
Right. And then otherwise you can just do freewheel, where just moving simply left to right on your mouse will just move it, and then you only need to click when you actually need to hit the notes. So both styles obviously provide their own difficulties, intuitiveness. The point is, loads of control options. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you, you'll probably be able to use.
I was hearing it's out for the Switch, and I'm just in my head just thinking, can I use the Ring Fit controller and
Oh
see if
my
it'll work?
Turning spin rhythm into Ring Fit rhythm game. This is incredible.
I mean, there's a guy who on YouTube that's been doing stuff where he like does controls, and he used the Ring Fit controller plus like a trampoline, and he was just basically trying to play Dark Souls game with it. And I was like, oh my god, this hurts. It's like it turned into an exercise game.
We're still
Hurts the
early.
brain.
All right, whatever. We owe another $1 and the nice number. All right, moving on. The longest song in the game. So this one is an endurance test. It's also one of the most unique songs I've heard in a rhythm game, so really, really happy to show this off, but I'm going to be quiet for 6 minutes and 11 seconds.
Wow, long jam.
It's quite a long jam.
Love this background right now. I'm not familiar with this song personally. This is one that's been added since I've stopped playing, but wow, that's great.
All new to me, so I'm just staring at it. It's like, oh, this is great.
It's such a great spectacle of a game. Like truly, even before I started playing this game, I was way late to the party, but I would just always watch Scoots, our other friends playing it, anybody else that was on playing it, just to watch the colors go by and listen to some good jams.
Yeah. I definitely watched Slurpy Ninja play Trombone Champ the other day, and that was a trip.
That is a wild game. Speaking of odd controllers, I did see someone rig an actual trombone up to that.
I saw that and I laughed really hard.
So now we need a trombone for spin rhythm.
No. We need trumpet champ now. That would be the next thing. Slurpy's fave trombone champ song. I actually don't know.
I believe Slurpy is in chat though, so maybe he can
Yeah.
comment.
Can we try
He's.
to chime in
I'm
on that?
also at like Slurpathon home.
Oh right.
He's upstairs right now. Let me just like hop on up there and
Slurpathon
scream at
HQ.
him.
Hi. Thank you for also pointing out, Dot. Yeah, the accessibility features I mentioned, specifically things like note, different appearance to separate them and make them more contrasting. All these colors that you see for the board of the notes, all changeable to whatever you want to see. If you want to make it look really cool, if you want to just make it look easier to read, there's mods as well in the community Discord for things like making the scratch zones rainbow colored.
Oh no, that's actually just a normal feature now. The rainbow colored
normal feature
scratch.
now?
Yeah. They added that because of
That is insane. I
because
love
the
that.
community loved it.
But that's also crazy that crazy cool to see that they implement, you know, those kinds of mods as actual just updates into the game in the future.
Man, this song was such a bold choice. I can't tell you how much I love it.
This yeah. I feel dirty talking over it. I've just been jamming as well this whole time, bobbing my head.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh man, and then there's just like the one part of it, it's like, oh my gosh, the DDR nostalgia vibes ringing in my head for some reason, but oh, Slurpy just gave the vague answer.
Oh. Yeah, they're all good.
I definitely called it when just literally 3 days after Trombone Champ came out and I found the video. And like, Hobby and I were just like, oh look, it's Through the Fire and Flames. Trombone.
On top of wheel movement, I feel like there's a lot more background movement as well than I used to see.
Well, I used to play with no backgrounds. I was part of the no background gang.
The same, but even when I was on it, you know, I don't like this one specifically. We're twisting to the sides. I'm seeing like, you know, I'm biased but here, but I'm seeing like arrow movement and like tunnels and stuff. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Around.
I can see that.
That's cool. You know, that's not something I had seen before on the backgrounds. They were all these 3D assets, you know, with the colors flying at you, but not a lot of movement actually in them. On top of the twisty track, very cool, very cool.
All of the backgrounds are unique for every single song too. Most of them are color matched to the album art for the song. And they all have their own unique style of movement too. It's really cool. Especially for a game built in Unity.
Baffling to me. I mean, I don't know the first thing about game dev, but I certainly can see the low end of some Unity games. Once again, shout out to Scoots for this. Just incredible precision on the intricacies of this chart. All of these just small notes, you don't have to tap those, but you still have to quickly move to catch those and match the color.
And yeah, this one has
All
some
of that is entirely on the right hand for movement on that wheel.
has some really unique patterns for match strings.
They look satisfying, I'm not gonna lie.
So when it turns green or the other colors, is that a tap as well or a hold?
Oh, when it's turning colors, that's a spin.
Okay.
So all you have to do to trigger a spin is to move when you see the spin direction you need to go. And it'll take over, and when you come out of a spin, it'll automatically line up to the next note you need to hit. That's another $1. Nugs, please tell me you're keeping track, because I've already forgotten.
I got you. We're at 15 right now.
All right, cool. And with that, we are moving out of base game and into customs. The custom community is really cool. There's like 7,000 custom songs now, and this one is the sequel to another song by the same artist, charted by the same charter. In fact, actually, Any has charted, I think, 5 songs, all named Invincible, and all the same difficulty. And this is, I think, one of the last ones that they charted. But definitely an homage to something I had said about the chart in it, built into the chart, which is really, really funny.
Something that we get to see a lot more in customs that I'm particularly a huge fan of that doesn't get featured nearly as much in base game songs are unique slider shapes and slider designs. And I feel like that's something very specific to the custom artist's signature, charter, whatever they want to do. If they have a specific style of slider shape that they really like, and sometimes you can even just tell who's charting it based on what kind of sliders they're using. But me personally, I always appreciate sliders, and again, sliders are the hold notes, those long lines of the red or blue notes that you see. I personally really enjoy them when they're charted uniquely to what sounds nice for them or what plays nice for them, and that's one of my favorite things in the game when that feels really well timed up with the song.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very satisfying, just even with rhythm games, when you're able to, like that sort of, I can see where this is going, and then it also allows you kind of to feel incredibly satisfied when you pull it off.
Right, because the difference as well between a slider that goes from right to left, for example, versus just one of the spins going to the left is, a spin you just have to swing it to the left and then you just tap for the next note when it's ready, versus a slider you're actually doing that movement yourself. So it just feels more personal, it feels more immersive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to mention one of the other big changes that made this so much better, so much easier to play. So they added a thing for the sliders, that if you drop a slider, you can pick it back up, so you don't actually lose combo. And then they extended that also to beat holds very recently. And that has made gameplay so much nicer.
Right, as Scoots mentioned, one of the most gutting things you can do for a full combo is overbeating, and that's hitting a beat when there's no beat. Before, the other thing that was tied with it, in my opinion, was breaking a slider, especially on a long one, because there is nothing that you can do besides just sit there and stare at the slider that you break and question your life decisions.
Wait, who charted this one?
Was that an A, by the way, Scoots?
Yeah,
it was another A.
baby! There is not a channel of 3 people right now, it is a channel of 3 people on another person's channel who is currently upstairs also watching this at the same time, and we are a group of people just having fun and raising money for charity. So if you go onto here, we've got our donations. We've got a couple incentives. We've got Sequence Storm coming up with the difficult chart showcase, just another 40 for that one. I'm gonna check to see if I got some random donations coming in here. No, it's just directional pad from 37 minutes ago. So yeah, if you want to see that difficult showcase for Sequence Storm, do it up. Yeah, it's Slurpy's channel. Look, Slurpy's calling it We just took over for 4 days and
No,
said we're
taking
different
over now, man.
streamers, and I'm totally the real Slurpy Ninja, and this is Slurpy Ninja 1 and
Real
Slurpy Ninja
Slurpee
2.
Ninja here, not clickbait.
Oh, what? What's that over there? The stream ends. I am definitely a person who puts a lot of things in weird ways.
We're happy to have you to do so. Yeah, please get those donations in, because unfortunately, Scoots' donation block got completely obliterated before we even got to get on, so in spirit, if you'd like to donate to Scoots, just go ahead and put it forward to the Sequence Storm stream, which is also going to be a great time.
Very excited
I'm
for
also
that.
personally very familiar with that game. Scoots is as well. That's going to be a great time. The runner's going to be an absolute jam.
I don't know if y'all saw the cup note in there, but when we were talking earlier about charter expression, it's a line in there about take drink, and I absolutely had to chart that to a cup.
Yeah. Exactly. Speaking about double chart expression, we got some comments about the double match notes that you.
Oh yes, my clap notes.
I'm also a huge fan of those. I've been known to feature some of those in my songs. But something that Scoots gets the benefit of charting these songs himself is, as I mentioned, there's a huge variety of playstyles for this game, and with all of those control schemes, come their ins and outs and their, each unique intricacies. But something like Turntable, as I was mentioning, has these difficulties with click to move. But Scoots, charting this himself, of course, knows how to chart a song around how it feels best for a turntable, how it feels best for these more obtuse control schemes that aren't as. The idea is freewheel is a very simple. You can just move your mouse left and right. Versus turntable is a little bit more difficult. Let's be honest.
All right, so this
jam coming in from Rhythm Heaven.
Yes, a fan favorite. Everybody loves Rhythm Heaven. I still have yet to play it, but I hope someday soon. Can't deny the bangers. This also has some. Yeah. Might have been charted by a. Oh no! I should not talk while playing this. There's some really, really tricky stuff in here that is especially difficult on turntable.
No, keep talking. We need some money for the kids. We thrive on your suffering.
Yes, beautiful. I've been told, or at least I saw in a certain Resident Evil run that was absolutely true. Can we get some more noir, please?
I feel like Brover is slightly like traumatized at the end of that. Like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and he still survived.
That was a really fun run to watch.
The business Cosmos in chat. This was a collab with her on.
Yes, this was a collab between Bumbo, also known as Nugs here, and Cosmos. There's a lot of collabs in the community, which is really cool to see. Including some like mega collabs, where you have like 5 or more charters on a single song. Excuse me, oh god. I am definitely feeling the stress, folk. Whew. Definitely some spicy stuff in there for turntable play. But yeah, I love that chart.
Exactly. In contrast to what I was just saying about Scoots being able to chart for his own playstyle, I don't play the turntable, and neither does Cosmos. So we have not very great first-hand experience, so we'll just do things like, hey Scoots, play this for us, is it alright?
I should pick this up just to send something to Scoots and just have him just destroy it in more ways than one.
Recommend doing that. Because
this song. Ooh, okay. This is one of my favorite songs that's been charted in the customs. It was my introduction to this artist. It got the devs to even think about collabing with the artist on Song for Base Game. And it recently got recharted to make it more playable with modern playstyles. So that's why I'm finally showing it off. I'm so happy. I love this song so much. I hope you do too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little more quiet on this one because I'm absolutely jamming out. And this should be an absolute testament to the variety of songs and the range of songs that you can find in customs. It really seems to be like just about something for everything. There's a few that I've certainly searched up that I would think that would be a no-brainer to have in that weren't, but that's certainly been a rare occasion. Almost everything I think it's been charted, every artist, anything you can find.
Yeah, there are some patterns that may involve using like the back of my hand to continue a rotation. When you get into the high difficulty stuff, movement on turntable can be really, really interesting. I'm hoping I don't have to show any of that off because that means I'm out of position, but it could absolutely happen. As in fact, it just did. That's why I brought it up. Whew, alright. Well, we already dropped FC, so the pressure's off.
Another dollar. Yes. So for custom songs, is there a sort of like a broad rule / guideline limit on what songs are chosen? Like either
kind of
like
just a
copyright or
free
type.
reign.
Yeah.
I would say it's more Wild West, OSU style. Chart whatever you want.
Yes, they're not endorsed by the devs of this game. Customs do not exist, remember that. But for the most part, the community tries to do... in fact, actually, they have actual collabs with the artists in a lot of cases. I'd say probably 95% of what's been charted has... is either no copyright material or the artists are aware and have approved of said charts. In fact, there was actually a co-release. The chart and the song were both released at the same time, which was really, really cool to see. So yeah, the community definitely tries to support the artists that we chart. We love them, and we want them to continue making music, and we want more people to hear it. So... yeah, Stessie is definitely a big one. We love Stessie. Okay.
We were joking, but someone in chat saying Wendy's commercial songs only, and it's funny that they mentioned that because there are multiple fast food commercials charted in this game, actually.
Yes, that Wendy's jam.
We do a little bit of meme charts here.
Why would you not?
I can't agree more.
I love the movement in this chart so much. So this is a new charter, actually pretty new to the game,
We love to see it.
and a collab with one of the oldest charters in the game. Again, I love to talk about that collaboration, the collaborative effort of the spin rhythm community. Just really, really cool to see.
It's one of those things where, as we were saying, you can sometimes see a lot of charter signatures just in how they chart things and how they chart specific sounds. And when you combine those things together in a collaboration, is a really cool combination of styles that you just like switch between different kind of play styles, different kind of patterns that you're playing. And it's a way cooler, not necessarily cooler, but way different experience than, you know, just playing one of their charts individually.
Yes. Art is so tricky.
Again, I love those sliders, love those slider designs.
Oh yeah, we'll have some really fun sliders later. Again, thank you all so much for reaching that extreme difficulty showcase. There's going to be some really fun stuff in that.
Yeah, that's really hype. We didn't even get to hype it up for you guys, and you still met it right away. Incredibly excited. Scoots and I were talking before about it, you know, preliminary testing, telling me, yeah, so these are the songs we're going to play for the extreme chart, and we get on for the test, and they go, yeah, so that's already been met.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
To get him a bit faster, just call it like Ultimate Nightmare Suffering Showcase.
So I was saving that like $50 fail donation thing in case like I needed to hype it up. Like, guys, you know, if I fail a song, I gotta pay $50. So please put in that difficult showcase. I want to have a.
Please restart.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I think you also mentioned moving off the Discord to save yourself.
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, you know, hard mode is fine. You've been doing fine on hard mode.
So one of the things that happens with the high difficulty stuff is usually I end up hitting a bit late, so the early should hopefully help adjust for that anyway. I think we're going to be okay. Are we back?
I'm seeing movement on the stream side.
Okay. I hope this doesn't cause me to fail. Oh no, $50. All right, here we go.
As I reiterate, oh no, such a shame. $50. Much failure.
It'd be worse, truly. Donations for children. Again, huge shout outs to everybody that's been able to donate.
Love that
Huge
slider.
shout outs to everybody that's chilling. Even if you can't donate, great to have you here. Great to be a part of this marathon. Such a great cause. Always a great time.
Whew. Alright, that's going to be a rough one. Maybe a B? No, we still got the A. Alright. I can't believe we pulled off an A that pause. Alright. Whew, alright. We're not playing Conflict. Go straight into Right Osapido.
What's wrong with Conflict?
He's got conflicted opinions about it.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. No, we have to skip a few songs because we have the extreme difficulty showcase. As a time save, we're not playing those.
Gotta adapt, overcome. Don't worry, there will be the extreme charts to make up for it.
Yes, conflict was a punishment for not reaching the donation.
Correct.
Oh, that's a joke. I love conflict. It wouldn't be in my favorites if it wasn't.
I was blessed by the presence of a dog, and I
Yes.
I petted her in rhythm of the song.
Let's get some donations for dog cam. Disclaimer, dog cam may not actually be available in some countries. Donations are non-refundable, but still should be donated.
Someone does do dog donations. That's just more work for Train.
Absolute cat jam going on here.
Misaligned. Oh god, another one.
Those back and forth spins are so tough for me, personally.
Super tough on turntable too. On mouse and keyboard, you can kind of just wiggle the mouse and it'll go. But turntable, you gotta mean it. You gotta absolutely mean that spin.
Yeah, the problem that you get with the spins, as they were just locking you to that spin for this entire duration of the spin, is shorter spins that chain into other spins back to back. It makes it so that you have to be quite precise on where you spin for the next one for it to register. And there is some leeway, absolutely, but because it wants you to snap to the next note, absolutely, like Scoots was saying, for a mouse, easier to just kind of wiggle, but for the more precise control schemes, it can be much tougher.
That pattern is also super tricky.
Oh my god, that really
Just
looks so good.
no movement can be actually one of the hardest things in the game.
Ooh, killing those mash notes too.
Oh god, here we go. We are misaligned. We're back. Okay. Alright, well, I'm so glad we warmed up with that because, the next one's going to be super difficult.
Still managed.
Still got the A. Okay. Okay, I'll take that.
Stupid.
And now on to the extreme difficulty showcase with the Decat Jam.
Little future
Yay,
funk
more
jams.
money!
Oh my god, the song gets ridiculous.
Get ready for the cat jams, the rat jams, the sour pleases, the cat jam pleases, the Scoots jam pleases,
Oh yeah,
donation pleases.
those angry hot jams.
Money please.
Oops. We're gonna need every little bit of help we can get for the end of this chart. But, if I fail, I get to show off the game's excellent practice mode.
Health is another thing that they've updated, right, Scoots? As far as damage you take from missing nodes and recovered.
Not much, no.
Not much. Seems a little bit less punishing these days, but the idea is obviously there is a health system. You do lose health from missing nodes, and you do regain varied amounts for hitting each type of note.
Yes, there's a bunch of backspins charted here. They feel really awkward, and that's why they're used here, because the song is kind of going through a weird little phase there. So, what am I missing? Oh god.
Hearken, my fellow rhythmers. We have a donation from
Ooh.
Walt for $20 for difficult sequence this is so tight. And that means we are 20 away. $20 more, please.
Let's go.
Now back to jams.
Oh, the jams never left.
Oh god, we might fail. No, we're back. It's not over yet, though.
Exactly. With health recovery, sometimes you can find in charts the charter being a little bit more generous to provide a section to let you regenerate a little bit of health a little bit easier after a particularly hard bit, or even if the song just allows it for how it's styled up. But other times you can have just going hard the full way through, and those are obviously some of the more harder charts.
Yeah, I tried to leave a lot of those off the table for this showcase.
Understand, so my friend.
Whew, all right, it's a tough one to survive. We still got the A.
Oh.
Yeah. That is harder than you'd think. Oh my god.
Honestly, the scoring is not this generous. It's actually just still killing it.
Okay, few of you may know this. Hold on, I do have to reset. I shouldn't have been talking at the beginning of this. Great song, one of my favorites from Sound Voltex, and one I was really surprised to not see in the showcase.
Oh.
Something's weird here.
Killing that part. Again, I was talking about just pure spectacles in this game. I am just sitting here, mouth agape, jamming out, watching this chart go by. Not unlike watching a Sound Voltex chart, to be fair.
Alright, the easy part's over. Time for the hard part.
Yes, now time for the hard part.
Yeah, god damn. Sorry.
That
That was so hard.
For each of these taps, he has to move the wheel and then also tap again, lift his hand up, and then tap again for the actual tap. Because if you move it and then just are there, it obviously won't count as a tap you were holding before. But then all of those tiny notes in between are the match notes, so you have to specifically move as the chart wants you to.
Alright,
in
that's
that motion
$5.
to catch all of those. And suffice to say, he was absolutely killing it doing that.
Oh, okay. And on to the last one, the boss song, a 70. Alright, here we go. We do love some Igor here.
We do a little Igor here.
That's not what I expected for a picture for this song.
Yeah.
Certainly an album art.
It's certainly an album. This is definitely the most listenable song on it. But it's specifically selected as a boss song because it absolutely is. Oh yeah, we are off on the wrong foot here. Hopefully we can pick it back up. Oh god! That's it, there's $50 right there.
Oh,
Alright, well we get to show off practice mode.
here we go, baby.
Yes, still hitting early. Alright, oh shoot, I meant to show it off where it was. Yeah, so you can actually pick where you made a mistake and take over from there. If I could. When you fail a song, you can actually just select where you're going to start from there. I think that was where I was.
That's right.
So you can actually practice exactly what you missed, and the game does a really good job of letting you know where your strengths and weaknesses are.
Of course, all without any of the health punishments before, so this is complete.
So yeah, you just get to see what this chart was supposed to look like.
Exactly.
And you get to hear the screaming, because that's me on the inside right now. Ah! Yeah, y'all remember B? You remember just the single note spam? Yeah, there it is again.
Yeah, mind you, this is less than halfway through the song.
This is definitely my type of song.
Oh god, I love Igor so much. But yeah, I decided we needed a boss song.
Great choice, bro.
And this chart just goes hard. I love the sound of that so much. Whew!
Yeah, match notes, the ones that of course you only have to match the color on and not tap. With the note quick sound on, can get super satisfying with charting styles. Obviously, as you're seeing here, when they're put in rapid succession, there's a lot of fun things you can do to mess around with them.
So yeah, the practice mode also has the ability to speed up or slow down charts, so you can practice individual sections that, like, you know, if there's a specific section of a song that really made things difficult for you, you can actually practice it in slow motion, figure out the movements, the patterns. It's something I never use, honestly, but it's a great resource for learning the game. Game really does a great job of teaching itself, and God, I love it. I do love this game.
It exactly just gives you the tools to try to improve yourself.
Okay, well, unfortunately we ended on the failure, which isn't super great, but that is it for the showcase. Thank you all so much. This has been a ton of fun. Nugs, what was my total?
Your total is sitting at, let's see, 50, 60, 5, 10, just under 75. We're looking at 74.
Okay,
Which is
awesome.
$74.
And that'll be doubled from me as well. We got some drops coming in. Believe we'll be hitting that sequence storm hit.
Oh, 148 Dula bills. Thank you so much for the showcase. I have like half a mind to just start diving in and seeing if I can just chart something for fun.
It
Oh,
has
can we
definitely
just play
happened.
that? Like just
Did you see that? We'll absolutely do that. We'll do that on the fade out. Yeah.
Happen to see that.
So thank you all so much for having me. This has been a ton of fun. I enjoyed doing this so much last year. I'm so glad to be back. It's honestly been such a great experience.
Thank you so much for having me as well, Scoots. Thank you so much for having me, Slurpathon. It's been a great time. Get those donations in, y'all.
And so do I. Sorry.
Yes.
We're Rickrolling because we're going over estimate. Let's go.
Okay. This is the fade out. Have fun. You go ahead.
Just wait
Yeah,
till
you can
Trek
go ahead and fade out on this for
just
us.
fades out because until he gets tired of the song.
Again, thank you all so much. This has been a ton of fun, and I wouldn't want to end it any other way.
Yeah, so remember, Sequence Storm coming up. I think we've got our stuff doing some fancy things. Difficulty showcase, please. We've seen a nice difficulty showcase on here as well, so soon. Hang in there. Tune in for more jams. We'll be back in a bit.